With the up-and-coming gaming event in Germany, Gamescom, there's been a lot of leaked information about Black Ops 2 surfacing around the web. Today, I'm going to be giving you a convenient location to find out all the information about the new assault rifle weapons which have been announced for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So we're going to jump straight into this, and so far there have been 7 weapons in the assault rifle category which have been announced and confirmed for Black Ops 2. So first of all, we've got the AN-94, which looks a bit like the AK. Obviously it's a version or two up from that, in fact being made to replace the AK. So in other words, it's a newer version of that, and it is actually a game which has surfaced in Call of Duty's rival game Battlefield. So I'm a bit worried, as I've seen so far in a few kind of pre-release trailers, multiplayer trailer and single player, there are a few aspects which look a little bit of Battlefield-esque, but I'm not going to speculate too much into that. So this is kind of the AK-47, or what is going to be the AK-47 of Black Ops 2, and is hopefully going to have the same characteristics and finesse that it did in Call of Duty 4, because that was one of the best guns in that game. Obviously we don't know yet the size of the magazines and what I expect it to be about a 30 to 35, you know, the bog standard one. Obviously you can put the switcher attachment, but I'll do attachments in a different video. I'll put annotation to that. Moving on then, the second weapon we've actually got some in-game footage of this, and this is actually the SMR assault rifle. If you go over to youtube.com/Tabes, he's actually got some Black Ops 2 gameplay up on there, and it's got some SMR gameplay on there. He's using it with the customized, I think it's holographic and select fire mode, so he's able to put it on semi-automatic burst or fully automatic, and obviously I think semi-automatic is going to be the way to go in this game, allowing you to be a lot more accurate and kind of changing every gun into a sort of Mark 14 type gun. So it's just quite cool. It means you don't need to actually have the semi-auto guns in the game. It means you can use your favourite weapon and then take that and customise it in that way, shape or form in order to make the best gun possible for your playstyle. The next gun we're going to have a look at is the M8A1. This is obviously a bit more of a futuristic looking gun with the kind of more shapely design with the curvature, which I think looks quite nice. Obviously a little bit different. It has a very G36C-esque look about it, which is one of my favourite guns from obviously Modern Warfare 3 and COD 4, so I'm pretty looking forward to using this gun. Obviously I expect it to have around the same kind of magazine sizes all the assault rifles. I expect them to really have the sort of same characteristics. Some will have the higher rate of fire and lower damage, whereas others have slower rate of fire and higher damage. But that isn't really going to affect the gameplay when you can have the choice to put the select fire mode onto the gun. Okay then, so the fourth weapon we're going to look at is actually the Type 25, which obviously are the cousin of the Type 95, so hopefully it's not going to be as overpowered as it has been or has been looked upon in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And you see here I've got actually a photograph of it, so it's looking quite good. I think it's going to be one of the more high used, sort of the ACR of Black Ops 2, but it's a bit too early to speculate on that. The fifth gun we've got to look at is actually the SA-58, and by the looks of it, obviously this is just a kind of replica picture I have of it. It actually has a rather large magazine, so maybe this is going to be a bit like the Galil of Black Ops 1, where it actually had the extra 5 magazine capacity. So that would mean that it would have obviously a bit of higher rate of fire, probably a bit of a lower damage, but it would also have the higher ammo capacity, which will allow you to use kind of fully utilise the fully automatic kind of side of the gun. So that's going to be a gun to look out for. I like it when they put different characteristics into each of these guns to kind of make you think about which gun you actually want to use. The penultimate gun we have actually got is the SIG 556. This gun is in fact a semi-automatic assault rifle, so it'll be interesting to see whether they actually have the option of a select fire mode on it, because this is a bit like the Mark 14 or G3 or the FAL, as it is actually intended to be used in a semi-automatic way. So whether or not they'll put the select fire attachment on it will be interesting to see, but this is obviously going to be more of a long range kind of weapon, as I said, like the Mark 14, which would be good for those long range engagements, taking out snipers and whatnot all the way across the map. The final weapon we've got in this assault rifle video is actually the Scar H, which is actually a gun a lot of us are very familiar with. As you can see, this is actually a gun from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, so taking it back a few games in the series, but it was actually a really viable gun in that game, as was this Scar Al in Modern Warfare 3, and as usual I expect this to have kind of the decent rate of fire, but 30 magazine capacity I would say, as well as a pretty high damage rate. But if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, maybe a favourite, and subscribe if you want to see more from this series. Obviously I'm going to be moving on to SMGs, perks, light machine guns, all the information I can get my hands on, and giving that back to you, so you'll be able to fully equipped before the game comes out, so you'll be able to jump into it with the most knowledge you can on the game to give you a little bit of a head start. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later.